Hello, 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 ladies and gentlemen. If you're just tuning in, this is day 2 of Adelaide's TGSS. That is the Great Southern Slam. I'm Scarface Johansson from Geelong Roller Derby League, and I'm here on track 2, Glennis Nunchucka track at the Adelaide Showgrounds. Tonight, we have the Division 2 quarter-final, in which we have Wollongong Illawarra Roller Derby up against Tweed Valley, battling it out.
So I was running a little late, but I'm here. Scarface, great to be here.
Lovely to have you on us, Dave.
Whew, I just had to run. I don't like having to do that.
Oh man, running in a suit. That's the worst kind of running.
Yeah. Well, we're about to get underway this quarterfinal between the Wollongong Illawarra Roller Derby League, their third ever Great Southern Slam, against the Tweed Valley Rollers in their first
ever Great Southern Slam, that's right. They've played with the North Coast Derby Coalition and in Tropicarnage last year. However, their first major tournament, Australia-wide tournament, the Great Southern Slam.
So, of course, this is the Division 2 quarter-final. Whoever wins this game moves on to the semis tomorrow. So, there's a lot at stake here at track 2.
But no pressure at all. There'll be none of that here today at the Great Southern Slam. We're going to want a nice, clean game.
Jack Nicholson, number 00, stepping up to the line, and Veruca Bazooka, number 13, jamming for Wollongong. Wollongong Illawarra in the green, and the Tweed Valley Vixens in the white and blue.
Looking very sharp there in their pretty fancy-looking uniforms, I think. I dig the numbers on the sleeves.
Yeah, they're looking good, looking real good. I haven't had the opportunity to watch Wollongong Illawarra since last year, sadly, as my roster hasn't permitted, but I watched a bit of the Tweed Valley Vixens today, and they caned it over there on track 4. All 4 quarterfinals are happening all at the same time, so at half time we'll do a run around to all the tracks and let you know how the other games are progressing at this, the Division 2 of the 2014 Great Southern Slam, and we are away.
Veruca Bazooka taking a sweet little start there to her first jam for tonight. Making her way through that Tweed Valley pack. A little bit of defence, but it wasn't enough to hold her back.
Jack Nicholson trapped behind a wall of green, then trying to find an opening, but there is nowhere to turn. They turn back to start assisting their jammer, and Jack Nicholson is through.
That Tweed Valley wall was nothing for Veruca Bazooka. Got her 3 points and called off that jam.
So, Wollongong Illawarra are baring their teeth out there on the track. That's eye candy. Let's see if she can follow up, or if Bombs Away can arrest their momentum.
Eye Candy was definitely one of the stronger jammers that I saw at the Wollongong Illawarra games this afternoon against Gold City Rollers and Devils State. Definitely one of their stronger jammers, and one to watch. She's a slippery little sucker. She can get through any little gap you give her.
Yep, I've been hearing all good stories. I can't wait to see her in action. Bombs Away dishes out a nice little hit. Eye Candy staggers over the inside line, but she's through the defensive wall, takes to the outside, and Eye Candy is lead jammer for Wollongong Illawarra.
Bombs Away still stuck behind that wall of lime green, not letting her get through at all.
Bombs Away crawling off the track to make sure she doesn't get a track cut. But that green defense is looking pretty tough out there.
It certainly is. It's pretty harsh. They're pretty tight walls, watertight, airtight, if you will. Super, super tight, hard. These girls are super, super strong, and they do not want to let Tweed Valley get ahead tonight.
They're certainly Tweed tight, I'll give them that. But Bombs Away is through. Eye Candy back in for another scoring pass. She got a 5-point grand slam before, but she's through again for another 4. That is a 9-point jam for Wollongong Illawarra.
Calls it off before Tweed Valley can get any points. Bombs Away takes her seat on the bench.
Kitty Killer stepping up to the jammer line for Wollongong Illawarra in the green, and Buster jamming for Tweed Valley in the white and blue. It's far too late in the day to have to pronounce Wollongong Illawarra.
Wollongong Illawarra.
Like
My goodness.
I mean, I don't like to speak Illawarra, but it's very hard to pronounce.
Kitty Killer just takes a step on the inside line, makes her way through the pack, didn't even touch the sides. There was no defence there, just kept it wide open for her. Unintentionally, of course.
Oh, there was a nice hit there by 000 AVO.
Buster making a nice attempt to break through, getting past that wall just at the last second.
But Kitty Killer now in the back on a scoring pass.
But getting called for the cut track.
Well, this is a bit of a break that Tweed Valley need right now. They now have a power jam.
They definitely want to utilise this time now while Kitty Killer is thinking about what she did in that sin bin.
But just because it's a power jam doesn't mean that that defensive wall is going to be any easier to get through. She's going to be needing some help, and here her teammates come.
That's exactly right. They're going to want to put on the offensive. They're going to want to bring her out of that pack, making it nice and easy for her so she can rack up as many points as she can.
Brits and Pieces trying to help, but it's not working out. AVO again dishes out a nice hit, and Tweed Valley Rollers have got nowhere to turn at the moment.
Not at the moment, and Kitty Killer will not be sitting in that sin bin forever. She is definitely being timed, and she will be out any second now.
And no sooner have you said it than it happens. Kitty Killer's back on the track. Oh, look at that. She just commandos the pack. Unexpected. She spies a line on the inside, and she claims it. Puts 4 points up there on the board as she'd already completed her initial pass.
Left ever so slightly unguarded. She found that little gap and just slipped her way straight through.
Yeah, oh, there we go. That's what we're talking about. Nice hit there by Lady McBiarch. Beautiful hit on the inside.
Unfortunately, Buster is still finding it pretty difficult to break through that wall of defence.
Yeah, Janice Jobham doing some sterling defence there for Wollongong Illawarra. And their jammer, Kitty Killer, really able to capitalise.
I believe that I just saw AVO get sent off for a misconduct penalty, engaging after the whistle had gone.
Well, there is some good news for the Tweed fans as they've got off 0. They're sitting on 5 points, and Wollongong Illawarra on 21. I should have practiced saying that in front of a mirror before this match.
Just so you know how you look when you say Wollongong Illawarra as well. You don't want to look any bad. Any bad. Listen to me talk. My goodness. It really is late in the evening.
It's been a long day.
It's been a long day of roller derby.
And this is day 2. It does get tough to pronounce stuff at the end of the day.
Stuff and things. We got Scarlet Slam for Tweed Valley, strapping on that star and trying to smack her way through that last bit of defence. Getting knocked out of bounds, though.
And Veruca Bazooka jamming for Wollongong Illawarra. And she puts 4 points up on the board and calls off the jam. Eye Candy back out there on the line, going up against Evil Britches, my mistake, Evil Britches.
Evil Britches and Eye Candy.
I'm mistaking Lady McBiarch. I'm crossing Lady McBiarch with Evil Bitches.
So many Biarches and Britches and evil names and whatnots.
Bazookas and...
It all gets very confusing after a while. Eye Candy looking for an opening.
She's found one on the inside, but it's closed down by the Tweed defence. She recovers, and that looks like Buster at the front doing some quality work for Tweed, but she's through.
Eye Candy making her way through the pack, and she was definitely one of the stronger jammers, like I said, in the previous games. If Tweed Valley definitely want a chance of making a name for themselves in this game, they're going to want to stock up that defence. They're going to want to sit on Eye Candy really, really hard, stay down really, really tight, because she will slip through any little gap you give her.
So our Tweed jammer is free of the pack now. Only her initial pass, so Evil Britches now on her way to start scoring some points.
Definitely something that Tweed Valley want to focus on just a little bit.
But hang on, Eye Candy just copped a forearm penalty. She was trying to call off the jam, but the ref is saying, on the way to the sin bin for you. So this is now a power jam with Evil Britches in the pilot seat, and boom, there we go. There's a 5-point pass. That gives Tweed a little bit of hope.
It certainly does. Let's see what she can do with this time advantage that she has now, flying solo on the track.
The pack is at a standstill, so that is makes it a lot harder for the blockers to build up some momentum. And it makes it easier for Evil Bridges to catch up with the pack. But that didn't stop Wollongong Illawarra shutting her down and forcing her to yield to the pack.
Not at all. They want to keep her at an almost standstill now. They want to make sure that she doesn't utilise this time well. They want to do the exact opposite of what Tweed Valley want. Eye Candy, though, snuck straight back onto that track, made her way around, past the Tweed Valley defence. They didn't even know she was there.
No, that's one of the bonuses about coming out of the sin bin. It's kind of unexpected. Oh, hang on, takes out one of her own players out.
Tried to use one of them as a battering ram. Didn't really work in her favour, but wasn't a terrible thing.
But Janice knows. She doesn't seem too unhappy about how it worked out.
Gave her a bit of a smile, a bit of a shrug, and it was all good.
But Tweed Valley, nice jam there. They have got to within 11 points now.
And in roller derby, that is a very, very close game. 11 points is not much in the roller derby world.
Yeah, so the Tweed fans, there's plenty of game left yet to go. Kitty Killer, Jack Nicholson opens up with a shoulder block to Kitty Killer. But Kitty Killer sees a wide open. He could have reverse parked a road train in that one.
Reverse parallel parked? Damn.
Well, I don't know, but it wasn't quite that big.
Wasn't it? Okay. I take it back. Just a plain old reverse park.
Exactly. Like, we don't want to exaggerate. Come on.
Nah. Definitely not.
Now, look at that poisonality. Did she manage to get her wheels out of bounds? No, she didn't. 4 points there for Wollongong Illawarra. I'm pretty sure.
Tweed Valley with nothing.
Boom.
No
5 points, in fact.
Damn.
Further extending their lead. Scarlet Slam up on the line. Oh, hang on. We've got a timeout called. You know why I love timeouts?
You tell me why.
Because we get to read out the names of some of our beloved sponsors.
And you know what? That makes my day. It absolutely warms my heart, makes my insides all warm and fluffy. Because I love mentioning our sponsors, especially our platinum sponsor, which is our venue, the Adelaide Showgrounds. Having been the lovely home of the TGSS, they're amazing and put a roof over our head and track under our skates, which is exactly what we need in the roller derby world.
It does help. The aircon, I think there's even aircon in here these days.
Oh man, not like back in our day.
It's pretty good because the wind, because we're at the bottom of the world right now in Adelaide, and those winds blow straight off Antarctica, straight across your bones.
Exposed bones. Veruca Bazooka there, number 13 for Wollongong Illawarra, strapping on the star, which is her favourite accessory at the moment, I believe.
She sure looks good in it. And Scarlet Slam jamming for the Tweed Valley Rollers. So they line up. Tweed hard up against the jammer line. And we've got 5 seconds for this next jam goes underway.
That's right. It's full house out there on the track. 4 blockers from each team with their jammer firmly in place. Even Stevens as far as defence and jamming goes.
Oh, hang on. A forearms penalty awarded to our Wollongong Illawarra jammer Veruca Bazooka. There's now a power jam with Tweed in the captain's seat.
247 demander from Wollongong Illawarra also being sent to the sin bin.
Courtney Lovebite and Janice Jobham, our 2 defenders. But our Tweed jammer fights her way through and claims lead.
Scarlet Slam, she definitely wants to use this to her advantage now.
Only 1 defender, but geez, Janice just dishes out a beautiful shoulder hit. But she recovers. There's not much one blocker can do, but she did.
She did a bit. She definitely slowed her down. She took away her momentum. And if she gives her a big enough hit, she might just take away her pride.
There's some good work. Janice has shut her down.
Taking her right off the track.
Just after I said that there's not much one blocker to do. Sorry, I forgot that one blocker was Janice Jobham. And very classy work there. You can't ask for more out of a blocker than that.
That's right. With blockers like Janice Jobham, it makes roller derby a very intimidating sport if you're a beautiful little jammer like Scarlet Slam.
Well, she's racked up 10 points so far. Our opposing jammers return out of the sin bin now. Pack heading into the front stretch. And Scarlet Slam called off the jam, but was she quick enough?
She did the right thing, though, by calling off that jam. You definitely do not want Veruca Bazooka to manage to rack up any points at all, considering it was a power jam in favour of Tweed Valley.
Well, Wollongong Illawarra got to be careful about these power jams. There is only 6 points in this game now, 28 to Tweed, 34 to Wollongong Illawarra. Both of the times the jammer went to the sin bin. Tweed were really able to rack up some points. So if WIRD can stay clean.
Bombs away with that jammer star. Standing in front of Eye Candy. Jammer whistle's gone. There is no movement.
This is like old school derby.
It is. Bombs away, almost acting like a fifth blocker.
And was the technique successful? It's looking good so far.
It definitely looks as though it was.
Eye Candy trapped at the back. Beautiful work there. That was very irregular, but bombs away is our lead jammer.
Let's see if she can break her way through. Just rack up just a couple of points for herself.
So the pack's starting to speed up now. Wollongong Illawarra claimed the front of the pack and starting to get it moving quickly. So our Tweed jammer has to work extra hard. Very nice defence there by Wollongong, holding her to 0 points. A very interesting jam all around, actually.
It certainly was. I definitely thought that Tweed Valley would get just a little bit more going, but unfortunately that wall of lime green just held her back. Couldn't get her hips past too many of those blockers, but did the right thing and called it when she had to.
Kitty Killer stepping up to the crease for Wollongong Illawarra, and Moni Bones in her first jam for Tweed.
Moni Bones. Heard a lot of positive stuff about Moni Bones.
Yeah, she's a cracker of a jammer. Let's see what she can do. There's that solid green wall. Moni's trying to find an opening, but they've sealed around her.
For a moment, it appeared as though she was trying to follow the Wollongong Illawarra jammer through the pack. Unfortunately, Wollongong did become aware of it, and they just closed up right in front of her.
But it started to loosen up as it's heading around the turns, and Moni Bones able to find an opening and claim lead.
Fantastic for Tweed Valley. They definitely want to hold on to these lead jammer statuses as much as they can. They want to utilise their time and their position as lead jammers.
But Kitty Killer hot on her tail. What's Moni going to do? She sees an opening, but closed down by Underbelly Morelli.
She calls it, gets two points.
And Wollongong Illawarra got one. Nice defence there by Underbelly Morelli. But Tweed inched 1 point closer to
just
Wollongong
1
Illawarra.
point can be that difference between the winner and the first runner-up. Let's call them that.
The first runner-up. Well, regardless what happens out of the 21 Division 2 teams, whoever the worst that either of these two teams can come now is 8th.
There you go.
So that's it's pretty good. Out of the entire country Division 2, it's you can go home with your head held high.
And it's not just this country, it's also including New Zealand, I believe, the Southern Hemisphere.
Yeah, true. Let's just claim the whole Southern Hemisphere.
You can take home that and wave it proudly. 8th in the Southern Hemisphere is not so bad.
So number 13, Veruca Bazooka, is our lead jammer for Wollongong Illawarra in the green. And she's getting ridden down by bombs away by Tweed in the white. She's not called, oh, hang on, she called off the jam. Was she quick enough? I think that's 1 point apiece by the looks of things. Yes, it is.
It certainly is. Look at that. Hands in the air, one apiece. Gotta love that. Love a nice challenging jam. Always good to see the jammers putting pressure on one another.
Well, they've all been pretty damn challenging from where I've been sitting.
And we've been sitting pretty damn close.
We have.
We're right in the thick of it, right where the action is.
And we're derby experts, so God damn it, it has been challenging.
Experts, bit of both.
Sure. Jack Nicholson jamming for Tweed, and Eye Candy jamming for Wollongong Illawarra. Oh, hang on, track cut.
An accidental track cut. I definitely saw that. She went to return to the back of the pack. Bit of a stumbled back onto the track, however, in front of the blocker who knocked her out of play and gets that cut track penalty.
So there's only 4 points in it. Boom, that is going to put Tweed Valley Rollers in the lead.
Oh, my God. Jack Nicholson approaching that pack, jumping around on her toe stops.
I think we got a game on here, Scarface.
Oh, we definitely do, Dave. We definitely do. Wollongong Illawarra not too happy, though, with the fact that Eye Candy had been sent to the bin.
But I don't know. It looked like a track cut to me. 3 point pass there by Jack Nicholson. Funnily, 3 points to Eye Candy. Sorry, I don't know what happened then. Let's be honest.
There's referees and there's scoreboards and there's officials. There's all sorts of things in the way.
But you Tweed Valley Rollers fans, check the scoreboard. 36 points to Wollongong, 40 points to Tweed. I must admit I was a little worried at the beginning of this game.
That's definitely. I think we both were, considering Wollongong Illawarra had done so well throughout this tournament. That
punishing green wall that they rack up. But if their jammer keeps going into the sin bin, Tweed Valley Rollers certainly know how to capitalise on that. Scarlet Slam, number 55, jamming for Tweed. Kitty Killer back on the line for Wollongong Illawarra.
Getting knocked out of bounds there. However, Tweed Valley did go out with her, and she just cut straight in front of them all. But wait,
track cut.
Gets the track cut penalty.
Okay. And around the outside comes Scarlet Slam.
Scarlet Slam, flying solo. Kim Ocean.
Two
and
defenders.
Viciousness from Illawarra being sent to the sin bin. There are two defenders from Wollongong Illawarra on the track at the moment.
That's AVO and number 20, Underbelly Morelli. They're doing a good job, but again, it's tough when there's only two of them. Underbelly... No, sorry, that was AVO. Oh, nice hit. She keeps her wheels in. And Scarlet Slam claims another 5.
Tried to call it off, but then rethought her decision. No, shakes her head and calls it. Shakes her head and calls it. Decides that it's just not worth it.
But the Tweed Valley Rollers now sitting on a 14-point lead over Wollongong Illawarra.
Oh, that's a pretty good lead. Let's see if they can hold on to it.
I bet you're glad you decided to tune into this, the quarterfinal of the Great Southern Slam. The victor of this match will go into the semis tomorrow. All day long tomorrow, day 3 of the Great Southern Slam will be semi-finals and finals of Division 1 and semi-finals and finals of Division 2. It's going to be an epic day. So if you have to work tomorrow, quit. If you've got kids,
quit hard.
Send them to the pound.
Huh.
You just want to be sitting locked in front of your laptop all day tomorrow.
Watching this amazing sport that we call roller derby. Veruca Bazooka for Wollongong Illawarra on her scoring pass now. Lead jammer status firmly in hand. Getting knocked around though by the Tweed Valley girls. They're not having a bar of it. They've got their lead and they're like, I'm going to take it, I'm going to keep it, put it in my pocket.
Yeah, you're not wrong there. That pack has been really tight. It's done 1.5 revolutions, almost 2 now. And neither jammer has... Oh, there we go. Little assist from her teammate.
But Tweed Valley not giving up, pushing her to the outside. Did they knock her out of bounds? Not quite.
That was Courtney Lovebite there at the front, offering some support. Now we have 2 jammers fencing as they round the turns. Oh, hang on. Oh, no, I thought that was it's being sent to the bin. Very extravagant ref signals out there.
Loves doing those hand signals. Maybe he was a dancer at heart. He's going to turn it into a new dance. It'll be just like the Macarena. Take the world by storm. It'll be amazing.
The refereena.
Oh, that was good. That's a good one. Hey, refereena.
That was a lot of hard work, that last jam, for 0 points, I got to say. I got to start talking about something else. I'm just going to keep getting this refereena tune in my head. Buster jamming for Tweed. And
Kim Ocean for Wollongong Illawarra. Sorry to cut you off there, didn't
I'm
mean to.
glad you did. Kim Ocean, it's her first jam of the day, and she busts out of that pack claiming lead jammer.
Definitely one of the stronger blockers with Wollongong Illawarra, but also a really sturdy jammer. I'd like to see her strap that star on a little bit more often, but it's just not the way that Wollongong Illawarra want to operate, which is fine.
So the pack is kind of smeared across the track now, making life a lot easier for the jammers, and Kim Ocean claims a 5-point Great Southern Grand Slam.
Tweed Valley still on their initial pass.
That was a very nice hit. Number 20, Underbelly Morelli. We've seen some nice work by her, and that was another quality hit, and Buster goes down.
Buster gets sent to the bin for a low block.
Oh, dear me. Or Casmo, another mighty shoulder block.
Bit of blocker sacrificing going on there as well with the Tweed Valley girls.
And the score now, Wollongong in the lead. I've got to kind of crane my neck to see the scoreboard, so I'm a bit slow on the uptake with the score. But Wollongong Illawarra now sitting on a 6-point lead. Classy. Well, make that 11-point lead. Got to keep your jammer out of the sin bin. Got to do it.
Buster makes her way back on the track.
And you Wollongong Illawarra fans
are probably
make some noise.
Probably so psyched right now.
Oh, very, very nice work there. Kitty Killer, number 4, in the green for Wollongong Illawarra up on the crease. And Scarlet Slam, number 55, jamming for Tweed.
Kitty Killer. I hope that's not what she does in her spare time.
Maybe she's a vet nurse. That's all they do all day, isn't it?
Oh, that's terrible. That's just an abomination. Can you imagine? Maybe this is where she gets all her anger and frustration out from killing all those kitties.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
Scarlet Slam was trying to fight that wall of green. She almost got to lead Gemma's status, but Kitty Killer just takes that outside line like there was nothing even there.
But Poisonality sure put her heart and soul into that block. She fired those cannons to try and shut her down, but Kitty Killer was just a little bit too fast and was out of her reach. Boom! Speaking of fast, she streaks through that pack for another 5 points.
Inside line, left unguarded just for that split second, long enough for Kitty Killer to make her way through.
Was that Janice Jobbum? It certainly, I didn't see it, I just heard it, and it sounded like a Janice Jobbum hit.
That's when you know. That's when you know that you've made your place in the derby world as a good blocker, when you are renowned for the sound of your hits, the sound that they make, or more or less the sound that your opponent makes as they hit the ground.
Kind of sounded like someone hitting a leg of ham with a cricket bat. And there we go. Geez, it is tough out there. These two teams are going hard. Wollongong Illawarra pulling away now with a fat 24-point lead.
I tell you what, Dave, I'm glad I'm sitting behind this desk. If I was out there, I'd be squealing like a little girl. I'd have taken the fetal position on the sideline and be like, I don't want it, I don't want it, I don't want it.
No, you wouldn't catch me out there, that's for sure.
Veruca Bazooka, however.
She seems to be enjoying it. Like there's been a timeout called, but do you notice that rather... So who called that time? I can't quite see who called that one.
Tweed Valley, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, though.
But you'll notice that rather than go and chat with the teammates, the Wollongong Illawarra skaters are just claiming that spot against the jammer line instead. So when the next jam starts, they'll be starting right there in that coveted spot.
That's exactly right. You got Veruca Bazooka and Eye Candy with the pivot cap on. This will be interesting.
And Ziggy Starbuster also joining them in the rhythm section. Underbelly Morelli.
On percussion.
And on bass guitar, we have number 247, Demander.
The whole band's back together, Dave. It's the whole band. Give them our hits.
It's night time and I'm wearing sunnies.
All right.
Let's roll.
It's about to get very serious again here on track 2 at the Adelaide Showgrounds.
Jack Nicholson busting up the middle. Is she going to get shut down? Oh, Wollongong Illawarra claimed the inside, able to overtake her, but she recovers. And lead jammer goes to Jack Nicholson with one of the classier Tweed Valley Roller Derby names. Veruca Bazooka on her way to the sin bin for a forearms. This is now a power jam. Tweed Valley Vixens.
And Eye Candy also with the pivot cap on gets sent to the sin bin. That's two of the stronger players from the Wollongong Illawarra team.
Oh man, Jack Nicholson copping a pummeling, but she recovers and puts 5 points up there on the scoreboard. It's shaping up to be one hell of a match.
That's it. Tweed Valley at their standstill, taking their place on the apex of the track.
Boom, 5 points. 14 points the difference. The pack on turn 2. We've got number 13 coming back out of the sin bin, Veruca Bazooka.
But Jack Nicholson calling it off just in time.
But not before putting another 4 points on the board. 10 points the difference. 6 minutes and 30 seconds left in the first half of this quarterfinal of the Great Southern Slam 2014.
I just want to take a quick second. I believe Veruca Bazooka has been sent to the sin bin. But I'm not sure.
And she should have the Jammer Star on, shouldn't he? I can see a lot of people yelling from the bench.
There we go.
So that means, I didn't see what the penalty was, but Moni Bones is now jamming unopposed. Straight up the inside.
Solo.
AVO tries to shut her down, but Moni Bones can squeeze through the smallest of spaces, as proven again.
Oh, that was an annihilating hit from Viciousness. Just where she got her name from. Oh
my Lord. Janice Jobbum. Oh,
Moni Bones calls it off. I'm sure her bones are Moni at the moment after that pummeling.
dear me, 2 enormous hits there. Oh, man, I felt that from here.
Felt the ground shake from that sort of thing, man. Unbelievable. But that's when Wollongong Illawarra pull out all stops. If they are in this sort of dire situation where they have no jammer, they want to hold back that Tweed Valley jammer with everything they have. One little point can make all the difference.
It's in terms of momentum and morale as well. You've got to keep the points coming. Oh, man, those Wollongong Illawarra defence just shutting down the Tweeds jammers.
But Tweed Valley really racking up their defence against Veruca Bazooka. She's finding it super, super difficult to bust through that wall of red, white and blue.
So who's up the front there? Buster and Jack Nicholson.
Veruca Bazooka made her way through.
So it's only the initial pass, so no points yet. Our Tweed jammer trying to take it to the outside, but gee whiz. Copping another pizzling by Underbelly Morelli.
Underbelly Morelli was holding her solo, but gets called off for... I'm not sure what her penalty was, but she's going to strut her way to the sin bin. She definitely had done her job, though.
So, Tweed jammer is through the pack. Look at the carnage going on there.
Even Veruca Bazooka throwing some hits in there just for the hell of things.
Yeah, oh, Buster.
Veruca Bazooka being sent to the sin bin for a cut track.
Very nice work by Buster forcing that penalty on her. Tweed have to recover 6 points. Oh, hang on.
What do you think?
1 point behind. One more scoring pass and Tweed will be back on top.
Do you think they can do it?
It's looking like it.
I'm sure my blood pressure's up. I don't have my medication on me, so I can't get too excited.
Well, it's going to be hard to stay calm because Tweed Valley Rollers have just claimed first position, 3 minutes, 20 seconds left in the first half.
Oh, my goodness.
Lady McBiarch opens up a gap and Scarlet Slam steps through it. Oh, my Lord, Tweed Valley. Look at number 55 out there, Scarlet Slam. She is shattered. She copped some serious hits out there.
Took it with a smile, though. She's grinning from ear to ear, knowing that she racked up some points.
Yeah, and got her team on top. 5 points, the difference.
Ooh, bombs away from Tweed Valley. Flying solo on that jammer line. Veruca Bazooka almost ready to get back on track.
So let's see if Bombs Away can claim the slide advantage. She's trying to get through. Oh, commandoing out of the sin bin. And our Wollongong Illawarra jammer Veruca Bazooka claims lead.
Only 2 steps in front of the Tweed Valley jammer. Just a few steps in front.
Bombs
away. Comes in and knocks out Veruca Bazooka. Dropping the bombs on her.
Oh, this is a cracker of a match.
It certainly is. We're having a great time. Unbelievable derbying, I should call it, from both teams on all aspects of the game.
So Bombs Away blocked out of bounds, now has to yield, but she's deciding to go with her instinct. She did not have to yield, as the girl who blocked her out must have slipped her wheel out of bounds. Bombs Away gets 3 points, hits the pack for another scoring pass.
Ooh, it's not always best to go with what the crowd is yelling at you. They are not always right. It is in fact the referee's decision which stands, and you do have to trust your gut.
Bombs Away gets another 4. Pack at a standstill there on turn 2. Turn 2 is like the far corner of the track, so we are struggling to see exactly what goes on over there. Oh, blocked out of bounds by number 824, Viciousness.
Definitely did the right thing by re-entering at the back of the pack there, though.
You can see Janice Jobham waiting at the front, waiting to pounce.
Waiting to annihilate her, which she loves doing.
And I love to watch it too.
Everybody does. Everybody loves to watch that sort of action go down.
Jesus, tough work. There it is.
Oh, but she falls in bounds, gets back up, bombs away, is away, still on track and still racking up points for Tweed Valley.
Gee, she's coming around that track fast. Before we'd even finished that sentence, she's back in again. Oh, but she might have snuck another point or two. One more point. Very nice. We're Bombs away for the Tweed Valley Vixens, and they are pulling away. 33 seconds left in the first half, and they now have a 17-point lead. I'd like to do a big shout-out to the Rod Train over on track 1. There is a massive semi-trailer with a screen on the side showing all the tracks and showing the sponsors and whatever, and it is a huge, badass semi-trailer. So thank you to Rod Train Promotions. If you need a semi-trailer, look no further than Rod Train.
And you know everything gets super legit when there is a giant semi-trailer in the middle of a roller derby rink. Ladies and gentlemen, great to have you here in Adelaide with us at TGSS. That is the Great Southern Slam biannual roller derby tournament, the biggest in the Southern Hemisphere. We are track 2, Glynis Nunchucka track. Illawarra and Tweed Valley Vixens. An unbelievably close, very, very tight game here. With an official timeout. My co-anchor, Honest Dave, has run into the middle of the track to make sure that everything is understood so that we can pass on to you, our dedicated listeners, all the correct information so that you remain informed. What happened? What happened?
So the incredibly hirsute Mitch, the benchy for the Tweed Valley Rolls, was just making sure that the ghost point was awarded, and it was. You can see that the jam ref didn't make a mistake, but he did correct it. But then he was just doing a review to make sure that it had been corrected. So there's no change to the score, and the official review was given back to the Tweed Valley Rollers.
Is that Mitch there with the glorious beard?
It is indeed.
My goodness. That beard should have its own postcode. Absolutely outstanding facial hair.
Yep. Yeah, I can't talk to him. I just can't even look at him. I can't grow a beard very well, and I can't talk to people that can.
Well, let's talk about the girls on the
Yes,
track
thank
then.
you,
Let's talk about
'cause
that.
they can't grow beards. So I feel a lot more comfortable.
We have Buster from Tweed Valley trying to bust her way through that pack. Wollongong Illawarra putting on the brakes, but not hard enough. She's made her way through.
So this will be the last jam of the first half. And what a match it has been, full of highs and lows and thrills and spills and tears and joy. And here she comes, hits the pack. 1 point, and that will be halftime.
Amazing, absolutely amazing stuff I've seen here today from Wollongong and from Tweed Valley.
Yeah, this has been a hell of a match. So, yeah, Scarface, what are we going to do? Are we going to sit here and talk about stuff for the next 15 minutes, or should we give the viewers a bit of a break?
Well, I would firstly, blah, blah, blah. See, maybe I should have a break. I
Okay.
can't get the words out right. My goodness.
I think we do need to have a break.
Just a quick break, but we will be right back. Don't go away. Don't you dare go anywhere. matched performance. Absolutely amazing to see a lot of girls scooting around on their Rydels. Where would we be without our gold sponsors, BSS Light Audio Visual AV Equipment? They are the year-round sponsors of ADRD. Big shout out to them for all the discounts they give us on our AV and lighting gear.
On the other tracks at half-time, we have the Reef City Roller Girls playing against Murder City, and Reef City are now 123 to 27. Westside Derby Dolls beating Western Sydney Rollers 86 to 84. Sounds like another exciting match going on track one.
Definitely does. Absolutely amazing.
And S2D2, which is the Southside Derby Dolls, 142, Cairns 20. So there's two butcheries going on and two incredibly close matches. So you're lucky that you're watching Tweed versus Wollongong Illawarra. Wollongong Illawarra in the green, Tweed in the white and blue. 99 points to Tweed, Wollongong Illawarra 80.
It's getting harder and harder to say Wollongong Illawarra, isn't it? First jam for the second half, though.
Buster jamming for Tweed, and busting out of the front of that pack
is
for
Eye Candy.
Yes, now did we mention too, we've had some very sad news for Wollongong Illawarra fans. Number 13, Veruca Bazooka, copped her 7th penalty for an insubordination. So she's been fouled out of the game. It is back to the sheds for Veruca Bazooka.
That's very, very unfortunate for Wollongong Illawarra at the moment. She was definitely one of their stronger jammers.
That's right. So they've got to work all the harder now to claw this game back. And it looks like Eye Candy certainly got what it takes. That's a 5-point pass.
That's it. She's making it up for her lost jammer, sitting in the sheds, racking up those points.
It looks like Eye Candy's pretty happy about the development because it means that she's going to get called on more. And look at that. Gee whiz, there's a massive hole there.
Keeps it nice and clean, doesn't even touch any of them. Just scoots around, finds the gap, and closes in.
That was Demander for Wollongong Illawarra, holding Buster at bay and just leaving that avenue for her to skate through. Hang on, we've had an injury here on turn 3.
All skaters and officials taking a knee as we call over St. John's Ambulance. Where would we be without St. John's Ambulance? I've actually seen them scooting around a lot in the last 2 days, which isn't a great thing. It means a lot of skaters have been injured. Takes a very, very, very determined skater to make it through to TGSS, only to be injured in the first few games. Very, very heartbreaking and very shattering for some. Let's hope nothing's shattered here.
So, from what I can see, I can't see who the skater is. It's a Tweed Valley roller, but she's conscious. She's not screaming in agony. Although I do have my headphones on. No, she's not screaming in agony, so but she is looking a bit sore. I don't think there's anything life-threatening over there. But as soon as we know who it is, I'll make sure I let you know.
She's not squirming around in pain. She's sort of pointing to her head, like her head's hurting. Something's hurting her. And, of course, head injuries are to be taken very, very seriously.
But, yeah, like I said, she's blinking, she's conscious, she's just looking a bit sore. Helmet's coming off.
What do you think of this nice little thing here that the referees are doing lately, huh? Making a nice little wall of zebras in front of the down skater.
Yeah, because the last thing you want when you're lying there hurt is everyone sitting around staring at you.
That's exactly right. The referees have made a nice little wall right up next to the down skater, right in front of the crowd, just averting their eyes a little bit from the task at hand.
It's actually a little bit awkward for those guys that are sitting right there and the refs are just kneeling right in front of them.
Nah, they can have a bit of a chin wag. They can talk about...
That's true.
Talk about God knows what.
Okay, so yeah, I can see it is Lady McBearch who's injured over there. But like I said, any friends of Lady McBearch, she's sitting up now, so there's no... Yeah, she's not terribly, grievously injured or anything like that. Just looking a bit sore. She's sitting up, she's talking, she's nodding. The helmet's still on, so she's going to be fine.
Don't think we'll require the stretcher here, but we'll have a see. We'll stay tuned and see.
It's pretty impressive. We have St John's here, but back home when we have tournaments, we can only afford a vet.
And not even a good one.
No, exactly.
Just the guy down the road in front of the Woolies who says he's a vet.
And there we go, Lady McBeart. She's getting back to her feet by herself. So, and she's looking a bit dazed, but she's going to be fine. She's walking, skating unassisted. And she's actually smiling now. So any friends of Lady McBeart out there, she's doing fine. She'll be sitting out for the next, if she can skate at all, she will be sitting out at least for the next 3 jams as per the rules.
But we'll see how that develops. She may be feeling back to her bright, perky, bubbly self in just a few minutes, which may see her gaining her place back on track.
Kitty Killer, number 4, stepping up to the crease for Wollongong Illawarra, and Jack Nicholson jamming for Tweed. Wollongong Illawarra in the green, Tweed in the white and blue.
Jack Nicholson liking to take that little bit of a hit to the Wollongong Illawarra jammers off the jammer line immediately. Seems to be a little bit of a thing of hers. Hasn't gotten her too far, but it might come in handy.
AVO is dishing out some nice defence there. But Jack Nicholson has recovered, but she does force her opposing jammer to call off the jam defensively. So quality work there. No points scored that jam. Wollongong Illawarra always keen to get straight out onto the track and guard that position against the jammer line. Kim Ocean jamming for Wollongong Illawarra, and Scarlet Slam jamming for Tweed Valley.
That's right. They're going to want to utilise Kim Ocean. She is a very good jammer, normally spends her time blocking, but her jamming skills have been used quite recently due to the insubordination call on Veruca Bazooka that got her out of the game.
Yeah, that's it. So this is when all the other jammers really have to dig deep to recover for the loss of their key jammer, Veruca Bazooka.
That's right. But Kim Ocean did make her way through. She's on her scoring pass now.
Scarlet Slam trapped at the back of the pack. Oh, yeah, there's only 4 points in it. I've got to crane my head all the time.
We're going to turn into cranes by the end of the day. We're both going to be cranes.
Hang on. Okay, so Scarlet Slam's through the pack. But,
not lead jammer.
But Wollongong Illawarra now claimed the lead by 1 point. They've cracked a ton. They're on 100 points. And there's another scoring pass up for grabs. Moni Bones sweeps in to try and shut it down. Buster the last defender. And boom.
Kim Ocean calls it off. She's had enough of that. Gets her points. Does not want Tweed Valley to be putting any pressure on them. They want it to be a nice clean win.
Wollongong Illawarra 104 points. Tweed Valley Rollers 99. Gee, what a match.
This is killing me. I'm sure I'm going to have a cardiac arrest at any moment.
Bombs away up on the line for Tweed. Eye Candy jamming for Wollongong Illawarra. Eye Candy starting a good couple of metres back from the jammer line. Oh, the whistle she didn't quite time it. She was hoping to get a bit of momentum for the starting whistle.
Nearly broke an ankle in the process. Had to put on the brakes. Otherwise, she would have gotten called for a false start penalty.
However, she certainly recovered, found her way through the pack, and claimed lead jammer. Nice work by Eye Candy.
Bombs away. Still making her way through. She's only got a wall of 2 left to get through. It's a very, very powerful wall, though. Not giving her any leeway.
Oh, nice. Wollongong Illawarra's defence shut down Bombs away. Oh, that was a big hit. Eye Candy's head just cracked against the ground there. She's looking a bit sore. She bounces back, but Poisonality doing some sterling defence.
Amazing defence there. Unfortunately, it did not knock Eye Candy out of bounds. She remained on track, got back up, and scored those points.
There's a bit of a collision there between Poisonality and her own jammer, Bombs away. But I think they might have had a bit of a head clash there. But I think they're going to be fine. Kitty Killer, number 4, Wollongong Illawarra. And Jack Nicholson, number 0. I just realised as soon as I say there's been a head clash, all their friends at home are going, oh my God, are they hurt? They're not hurt.
No, they're fine. Everyone is alive and well.
Jack Nicholson forcing her way up the inside. She's almost there. One more defender to fight her way past.
And she is definitely fighting. She's fighting hard. She realises how close this game actually is.
Viciousness, that last defender, holding her position on the inside and giving Wollongong Illawarra's jammer that opportunity to complete her initial pass. That is some beautiful defence by Viciousness.
And Janice Jobham, the two of them working with one another, using one to rebound off the other.
It's
trying to find my words. Can't find them. They're gone.
Jack Nicholson completes her initial pass. And she hits the pack. Now, hang on. Do we have a green jammer?
Not by the looks of things.
It
looks
looks like
like she is in the sin bin.
I've just been so entranced watching this Wollongong's defence. Those blockers are incredible. There we go. Janice Jobham does some sterling work, but got done for an out-of-play block. And Jack Nicholson now jamming unopposed. Takes to the outside. And
5 points.
And boom, the score is tied.
Amazing stuff. I absolutely love it when games turn out this way.
So now Kitty Killer has claimed her 4-point pass and putting them in the lead. I don't think we have a lead jammer anymore. Oh, yeah, no, although she's trying to call the jam off.
It's very, very unfortunate when that happens, when a jammer's head gets rattled. They don't know if they're lead jammer or not, and they will stand on the track furiously grabbing at their hips, trying to call off the jam. However, it just eats up time because in this case, she was not the lead jammer. She was on the ground trying to furiously call off the jam when she could have been back up, skating away.
And Kitty Killer was able to capitalise on that while she was calling off the jam. She lapped the track and scored another 5 points. And there's another 5 and another 5, and brilliant work there. Kitty Killer, absolute quality, and leaping in front there by 11 points.
Jack Nicholson took an absolute beating in that last jam.
I saw her legs get all twisted. If that was me, my tendons would have just snapped, but she obviously does a bit of yoga and she's been able to cope a little bit better.
A little bit of Bikram, stretching out her Achilles and her meniscus and her leg. I don't know.
How about we get on to talking about our beloved sponsors, shall we?
Definitely. Let's give a big shout out to our silver sponsor, Underage with Derby Rage, Little Adelaide Rollers, South Australia's only junior roller derby league, spreading the love in Adelaide with roller derby, with skaters of all ages. And of course, Hellcat Clothing, another silver sponsor, makes clothing for women that like it just a little bit different, specialising in roller derby wear, fun outside of the square outfits and alternative styles. Makes customised, personalised derby shorts and can design and custom make team uniforms. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're out there thinking of starting your own league, you can go right ahead and contact Hellcat Clothing and they'll have your uniforms primed and pressed for you. Absolutely amazing stuff. And while you're there, why not contact Suitcase Photography? They can be your photographer and you can have some amazing shots going on. Whack them up on Facebook. Make sure you hashtag Suitcase Photography.
Thanks, Scarface. Scarlet Slam stepping up to the jammer line for Tweed Valley in the blue and white, and number 818 in the green, Kim Ocean, jamming for Wollongong Illawarra. Scarlet Slam opens with a shoulder block and slams into that pack.
Doesn't seem to phase Kim Ocean one little bit, though. She just scoots past that defence. Oh, makes her way through, lead jammer status. As Buster makes her way to the bin from Tweed Valley, as well as Viciousness from Wollongong Illawarra.
Kim Ocean slams into that pack, hitting Poisonality, gets her 4 points, trying to call off the jam, I think.
Scarlet Slam with nothing. 0 points for Tweed Valley.
Yep, Wollongong Illawarra starting to pull away. 15-point lead. We've still got plenty of time left in the game, of course, for Tweed to get back into it, but they need to start acting now. Evil Britches, number 99, jamming for Tweed. Eye Candy jamming for Wollongong.
Eye Candy having a bit of a stumble on the jammer line there. Bit of a turn on her toe stops. Shakes it off though. It was just a little blunder.
Oh, here we go. Tweed. This is what they need. A lead
Tweed
jammer
is
for
what
Evil
they
Britches.
need. My goodness. Bit of jammer on jammer defense. Evil Britches calls it off after copping a big hit from Eye Candy.
Yeah, nice work there by Eye Candy, forcing her to call off the jam before any points were scored. I tell you what, it's easy to rhyme Tweed, but have you ever tried to rhyme Wollongong or Illawarra?
Nah, I'm not going to try. I'll offend someone and then it won't be PC anymore. Not even intentionally. It'll just be vowels that slip out with consonants and nah. I'll make a completely ridiculous cuss word. Bombs away from Tweed Valley.
Kitty Killer has the jump on her. She's at the front of the pack, but she's being held at bay by Poisonality and Moni Bones. I think that's Poisonality. But regardless, Kitty Killer completes her initial pass. She's our lead jammer.
Kitty Killer doing exceptionally well. The Wollongong Illawarra jammers simply have that little bit more agility, a little bit more strength, and a little bit more speed to dodge their way through the Tweed Valley defence.
So Bombs Away completes her initial pass. Look how quickly Wollongong Illawarra take to the track. Soon as before the fourth whistle's even blown, they're already standing there.
They want to own that track. They're like, it's my track. Nobody touch it.
There's our... Oh, the Tweed starting right up the front. They've only got 2 blockers, so it's a 4-2 pack advantage to Illawarra right now. Jack Nicholson jamming for Tweed. And jamming for Wollongong Illawarra, Kim Ocean. So let's see what those 2 blockers can do.
Oh, they can do a bit. My goodness.
Evil Britches, nice shoulder hit, taking out Wollongong Illawarra jammer. She recovers though and takes another shot, another hip check.
Kim Ocean with that fabulous footwork, scooting through that inside track in that tiny little gap, centimetres wide, with 1 foot in the air, making her way past the Tweed Valley skaters.
Casmo doing some nice hits there in the pack because he's got some pretty powerful hips. She's taken out girls to the left and right.
Oh, them be childbearing hips.
Oh, there it is again.
Amazing stuff.
She takes out, I believe that was Demander. Yes, it was Demander.
Moni Bones from Tweed Valley has joined her team on the track again.
Jack Nicholson heading in for a first scoring pass, but Kim Ocean wisely calls off the jam, and 27 points the difference now. Little under 18 and a half minutes left in the match. This is the quarterfinals, the Division 2 of the Great Southern Slam here in Adelaide, the bottom of the world. And this is where all the action is.
18 minutes left in this game. That is still plenty of time for Tweed Valley to get their act together and smash out some fantastic jams. All they want to do is keep their defence nice and tight. They want to keep their jammers nice and sprightly. Speaking of sprightly.
Boom. Gee, I was a bit worried for Wollongong Illawarra when they lost their key jammer, but the other jammers are filling that position beautifully. Eye Candy having an absolute cracker, and here she comes, slamming into that pack, trying to find an opening. There it is, around Viciousness, and boom, there's a 5-point grand slam for Wollongong Illawarra.
Absolutely amazing stuff from Eye Candy. Looking at her, you can tell she's a jammer. She's got the form, she's got the agility, and she's just everything that you want in a jammer.
And Viciousness is everything you want in a blocker.
Yeah, she is.
The Tweed jammer just cannot get around her.
Scarlet Slam. Having an absolutely terrible time. And yes, Janice Jobham. You just whispered her name and just everything. You just knew that she was coming.
It's AVO, Janice Jobham, and Viciousness there in that defensive wall. And geez, you got to feel for that Tweed jammer.
That is a pretty terrifying wall to be stuck behind.
And Scarlet Slam knows she's got to face it again. No, she doesn't, because the jam was called off by Eye Candy. But now Wollongong Illawarra have a 41-point lead, 16 and a half minutes left in the match. Bombs away. It's called upon to get Tweed back into this match. Kitty Killer lining up alongside her to stop that happening.
We've got Janice Jobham, captain for Wollongong Illawarra, having a bit of a chat with the referees there. Couldn't have been too important. There was no timeout called.
You can see Craig, the head ref, just smiling and nodding. I don't think they take much notice if there's not an official review, to be honest.
He just probably said, yeah.
Craig doing a sterling job, actually.
He certainly is. Big shout out to Craig. And a huge shout out to Vectors. It's his 50th game.
Oh, really?
It is.
Nice.
His 50th game.
Craig's come down from Queensland to join us, and I think he may have been a little bit nervous head reffing this match.
For no reason,
No.
though. The game has run absolutely swimmingly, smoothly, ridiculously fair. Everything being called where it should have been.
Yeah, he's doing a sterling job, and he's going to be watching this, and he's going to be gutted that I dobbed him in for that.
I reckon he's going to be psyched. I reckon he's going to be so excited. He's like, yes, it makes me seem like a humble person.
Well, as he said, Scarface, he's doing a sterling job. Jack Nicholson, hang on, what do we got? Jack Nicholson jamming and Eye Candy going up against her.
Oh, big hits from Wollongong Illawarra.
Courtney Lovebite, beautiful work.
The Tweed Valley manages to step her way around it, took the hit. Jack Nicholson absolutely took it to her heart, but jumped around.
So hang on. Oh, hang on.
But does she get the points?
1 point for Tweed.
That's exactly right. Let's see if they can eat their way back.
Now, hang on. I think the wrong jammer just called off the jam then. I'm going to go and find out.
Oh, yes. Excellent stuff. It was definitely Tweed Valley who called off that jam. The officials are just reviewing if it was, in fact, Tweed Valley who was the lead jammer. Very difficult to say at the moment. Honest Dave just taking his spot on the track with the referees and the officials, getting the inside goss, getting the scoop, if you will, on what the go is. He's going to relay that back to us in just a short moment. While I'm here, while we're waiting, why not plug some more sponsors? The bronze sponsor, Green Monster, a skate company whose total focus is to produce fresh ideas and innovative product design to the market of roller skating, especially roller derby. They produce some of the best brands known in roller derby, including the Reckless and the Heartless skate wheels and the #1 toe stop in derby, the Gumball toe stops. I have Honest Dave coming to me. He's going to take a seat. He's just about to sit down, and then he's going to tell us all what happened. Honest Dave, what happened? What happened?
I was totally mistaken about that.
Okay.
The incredibly hirsute Mitch believed that his team was only awarded 1 point when there were 2 opponents in the sin bin. There should have been 2 ghost points awarded for a total of 3. Craig agreed with his assessment, so an additional 2 points were added to Tweed's score, and he was given his official review back.
Oh, fantastic. While it's not a lot of points to score for Tweed Valley, it has put them on 115 points in comparison to Wollongong Illawarra's 156. Just under 15 minutes to go, which is still a pretty fair amount of time.
Yeah, like Tweed can do it, but they've got to start now.
Can. Oh, they had to start probably about 10 minutes ago,
well,
but...
if they can't start 10 minutes ago, you can start now, which Mony Bones has done.
Touche, Honest Dave.
Best time to plant a tree is 10 years ago. The second best time is now.
On a day where you have rain. That way the ground is nice and moist.
I think we're trying to stretch the metaphor a little too far now.
Wait, we're talking about metaphors?
Hang on, I'm not even watching the game. Something just happened.
That's right.
3 points awarded to Tweed and 0 points awarded to Wollongong Illawarra. So, Tweed inching back. Nice work there by Mony Bones, who I think just jammed. I don't know. I'm not going to even pretend I knew.
But Evil Britches is strapped on the star now for Tweed Valley, and Kitty Killer, death to all kitties, on the jammer line.
Oh, shut down. Orcasmo once again.
A big, amazing hit.
But it might have been, she's heading to the sim bin, is she?
She is, by the looks of things. It may have just been a little bit too high. I'm not 100% sure. Do not quote me on it.
I think maybe it could have been clockwise, but again...
Oh, yes. Could have been that. Could have been a number of things. She is in the sin bin, though.
That's right. You heard our indecision right here. And 0 points piece. That was a pointless jam.
A pointless jam. There's no such thing as a pointless jam.
What?
That a jam is completely pointless.
What?
All jams have a point. The point is to get points.
Yeah, but they didn't get any.
Therefore, it is a jam lacking in points. A point-free jam, if you will.
I'm not saying it's lacking in point, just that it's lacking in points.
Points.
A pointsless jam. Jeez, tough crowd.
It's all getting very intense here. Jack Nicholson up against Eye Candy. You want to talk tough crowd? You got a tough crowd on the track there.
They sure do. Our Wollongong Illawarra jammer, Eye Candy, stepping over her fallen comrades and claiming lead jammer. Oh, hang on, Tweed.
Jack Nicholson getting sent to the sin bin.
For a forearms penalty. Look at Eye Candy's pace around Block Nest Monster, around Moni Bones. Gee, she's got some speed, and that's a 5-point grand slam.
Absolutely amazing work from Eye Candy. All of today, in all of the games that she has played, she's done absolutely amazing work. Her jamming skills have been some of the best that I have seen today.
She's hitting that pack fast and hard. She's kind of camouflaged behind her teammates. They wall up so that the Tweed can't see her, and then she just busts out of the middle and completes her pass down. There's another 5 points for Wollongong Illawarra. Just smashing it out there, calling off the jam just as Jack Nicholson returns from the sin bin.
Eye Candy, not even looking exhausted, not even looking tired. I don't even think she's broken a sweat so far. She's working super, super hard, but she just makes it look super, super easy. Scarlet Slam for Tweed Valley Rollers.
And in the green, if I'm not mistaken, that's Underbelly Morelli stepping up to the jammer line in her first jam.
Damn. Underbelly Morelli, if you haven't been paying attention, has been one of the major blockers for Wollongong Illawarra. Strapping on the star, definitely something that is probably a little bit out of her comfort zone, but that's okay. Everybody deserves their time in the sun to be a jammer. Just a little bit of time spent here. I've got Honest Dave stepping over to see the officials are having a little bit of a chin wag. We need to figure out what's happened here at the moment. We have officials, we have referees, we have announcers. Let's have a look and see what becomes of this congregation that's happening right now in the middle of Track 2, Glynis Nunchucker Track at the Adelaide Showgrounds here at the Great Southern Slam. TGSS, if you will, 2014. The Division 2 quarterfinals between Wollongong Illawarra Roller Derby and Tweed Valley Roller Derby. I can see Scarlet Slam ready to go. Underbelly Morelli positioning herself very, very tightly behind that jammer line. Dave, what's going on? What's the story?
So, the incredibly hirsute bench manager Mitch communicated with a skater in the sin bin. Penalty box violation means that the captain has to serve a penalty. The penalty box is full, so the captain has to make sure she's on the track so that she can serve a penalty once a spot becomes free.
Oh my goodness, such a little slip up, such a little thing. However, it is against the rules of roller derby, and we can't let anyone get away with breaking the rules. We want to keep this game nice and fair.
And I believe she is also telling Lady McBiarch, number 14, that she's... Oh, no, hang on. What's going on over there? I should be watching a little closer. So we've got people swapping back and forwards.
I was just going to let you know what was happening.
So we have got a couple of foul outs now. Was that number 14? White. So I know Orcasmo for Tweed just copped her 7th penalty. So she's back to the sheds. And I think it's Lady Biarch as well, number 14. Oh. The ref did tell us, but it's chaos around here. I do know that Orcasmo's on her way back to the sheds, and I'll just go and try and have a quick look at the penalty whiteboard.
It's very hard to tell just by communicating numbers. So many of the numbers seem the same.
So jamming for Tweed, we've got number 55.
Scarlet Slam.
She's hit that green defensive wall. They've got to yield as there's no pack called. And she completes her initial pass.
Honest Day is just going to go and check and see who else got fouled out, who accrued their 7th penalty and had to take a step into the sheds to no longer be part of this last game here today. The Division 2 quarterfinals. Wollongong Illawarra sitting on 175. Tweed Valley Rollers on 118. It has been close and it has been far many, many times. What we want to see now, we want to see Tweed Valley try and close that gap. They want to try a lot of little funky business, maybe some fancy new moves, something they haven't tried before. They want to pull out all stops and see if they can close that gap. Sometimes it is all in the points. Sometimes losing by a greater point difference makes a big, 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 big change.
Yeah, that's Tweed skater number 14, Lady McBeart. Just check the whiteboard. She's got 7 penalties against her name. So, and I can't see her anywhere on the track or on the bench, so I'm going to assume by that it's back to the sheds for Lady McBeart.
Damn, a little bit of a pylon on the track there. Wollongong Illawarra and Tweed Valley skaters having a bit of a chin wag, bit of apology. Sorry about that, love. Sorry, I didn't mean to fall over you. No, that's okay, that's fine.
Eye candy. Wollongong Illawarra jamming in the green. Bombs away for Tweed in the white and blue. We've got a 4-3 pack advantage to Tweed. Let's see if Bombs Away can capitalise on it. She slams into that oh so punishing green wall.
She has definitely felt the brunt of that wall many, many times tonight. Copping some absolutely outstanding hits there from the Wollongong Illawarra girls who have come so far today. Their 3rd game for today.
And there's another nice little hit there by Underbelly Morelli.
But Eye Candy just snuck on through.
Last defender, Poisonality, forced to yield, and Eye Candy claims another 5 Grand Slam points as we wait for a Tweed jammer to get through. Janice Jobham, nice hit. Oh, wheels slipped out of bounds, but because the blocker also fell down, that was AVO. Our jammer does not need to yield.
She does not have lead jammer status, which means there's not a lot that can happen for her now. I believe Eye Candy called off that jam and Bombs Away, scoots off track.
After putting another 3 points there on the board. 187 to Wollongong Illawarra. Tweed Valley 118 and a little under 8 minutes left in the match. Jack Nippleson stepping up to the crease for Tweed and Kitty Killer. Is it Kitty Killer or Kitty Killer? Kitty Killer.
Kitty kill her. Kitty killer. Killer Kitty. Let's just call her all sorts of terrible things like that.
Some nice defense there at the back of the pack by Buster.
But it's Tweed Valley who makes her way through there.
Sure is, Jack Nippleson.
Jack Nippleson, that's exactly right.
So Kitty Killer's about maybe a third of the track behind. Packers moving at a moderate pace as it heads into the front stretch. Jack Nippleson about to hit for a scoring pass. Around the outside, one more skater to get through.
But she calls it off.
Nicely timed. Oh, she gets 3 points and her opposing jammer for Wollongong Illawarra, 0. So perfectly timed. If she'd timed that half a second later, there might have been a couple of extra points on Kitty Killer's tally.
Ooh, we don't want that. They definitely want Wollongong Illawarra to be at a standstill now. They want their points to not shift one iota further.
Yeah.
If they can slowly creep their way up by using very short bursts of jamming power that they've been using at the moment, getting lead jammer status, racking up just 3 points at a time, they can definitely build their way up.
Kim Ocean jamming for Wollongong Illawarra, and it looks like Scarlet Slam jamming for Tweed, but she's on her way to the sin bin for a low block.
My goodness.
That's kind of like what you were saying Tweed needed, except the opposite.
Yeah, the opposite of that.
Yeah, because this is trouble now. Wollongong Illawarra now in command of a power jam. Kim Ocean busts through for another 5. And gee, Tweed is going to have to work pretty hard now to recover. Little over 6 minutes left and 71 points of difference.
Kim Ocean not giving up against that wall of defence. Kim herself being a very, very harsh defender.
Moni Bones in the rhythm section there. Evil Britches on her way back to the sin bin. Bombs away, weighing in as well. They held the opposing jammer at bay for a while, but she's through for another 5 points. Scarlet slams into that defensive wall. And our Wollongong Illawarra jammer calls off the jam. I'm starting to get a crick in my back for having to look around and look at the scoreboard all the time.
That's okay. We have announcement stretches after this, where everybody has a nice cool down session, just like the skaters, except for us.
We should do like sound, like voice box.
Vocal warm-ups, I believe. Is that what you're trying to...
It looks like vocal warm downs.
Ooh, what would that be?
Such a thing as that? I should invent that.
Ooh,
Make
that could
my
be
fortune.
interesting. Mate,
Bit
sell
like-
that to the theatre community.
A bit like Bikram. Didn't Bikram invent yoga? No, he didn't invent yoga. Let's carry
Not
on.
sure.
Jack Nicholson trapped in the guts of that pack behind a wall of 3 Wollongong Illawarra defenders, but they're forced to yield as they're 20 feet in front of the pack. And here
Eye
comes Eye Candy.
candy. Absolute eye candy for anyone from Wollongong Illawarra. She is eye candy of their dreams, racking up those points, making it look super, super easy, always with a smile on her face.
Yeah, she's absolutely killing it out there, let's be honest. I think nothing better has happened to her than when her teammate was sent back to the sheds at the end of the first half because she has been allowed to shine.
That's exactly right. She's almost been their star jammer today.
I'd say she has been their star. I've only watched this one game, and she's certainly been very impressive. Oh, there's a pile up there on turn 1.
But
And,
it's Kitty Killer.
And let's be honest, what am I talking about? Kitty Killer's absolutely tearing up the track as well. And here she comes round, takes to the outside. No one can stop her.
Nah, the Wollongong Illawarra jammers are just unstoppable, an unstoppable force at the moment.
Block Nest Monster bombs away our 2 Tweed jammers out there. Moni Bones jamming for Tweed. She squeezes her way up the middle, but she is shut down there by number 20, Underbelly Morelli. Massive hit. And Kitty Killer able to capitalise, claim another 5 points.
Ooh. Moni Bones not looking very well on the track there. She looks exhausted. She looks hurt. She looks beaten and bruised.
She copped a walloping there between turns 1 and 2 on that apex.
She certainly do. Her body is wanting her to stop, but her heart and her brain is willing her further.
You can't really say the same for Eye Candy, though. She just skips out onto the track, smiles.
Eye Candy looks amazing. Definitely eye candy. Eye candy for all.
Even the Tweed team can't stop looking at her. Neither can I.
No one can take their eyes off Eye Candy.
We do, however, have a 4-1 pack advantage to Tweed at the moment, so Scarlet Slam hopefully will be able to get first through the pack, but
You
not
say that.
if Viciousness has any say in the matter. Massive hit there. Wheel slips out of bounds. She recovers. Another Tweed blocker has joined the fray.
Absolutely unbelievable. That should have been nice and easy for Scarlet Slam, but instead it was still just as hard as a full lineup of Wollongong Illawarra. She was still stuck behind Viciousness for the majority of that lap.
So Eye Candy's out of the sin bin now. Scarlet Slam hits the pack. She starts calling it off straight away. Beautifully timed, I think. No.
Synchronized knowing.
That was 0 points apiece. That wasn't a pointless jam because every jam has a point. But
see?
no points were scored.
Learning.
Now,
You're
hang
so
on.
learned.
We've got Courtney Lovebite stepping up to the crease.
Oh, man. There's nothing I love more than seeing someone who hasn't strapped on the star. Strap on the star. Absolutely amazing stuff. Bombs away, though, from Tweed Valley.
Both fighting their way through the defensive wall. Jack Nicholson holding the inside line. She's doing some nice work there, holding Courtney Lovebite away, blocking her out of bounds, forcing her to yield, and giving her teammate Bombs Away the opportunity to claim lead jammer. Classy work there by Jack Nicholson.
Classy, classy work. Unfortunately, I do think it is just a little bit too late for the Tweed Valley girls.
Well, as they say in golf, if you're going to lose the game, at least make sure you birdie that last hole.
Is that a thing that they say in golf, really?
Sure,
Or
sure. So that's what our Tweed are going to try and do now. Let's just shine in the last few jams, and they're certainly doing that right now. Courtney Lovebite on her way to the sin bin. This is now a power jam with Tweed in the pilot seat. She ducks and weaves the inside and bombs away, claims 5 Grand Slam points, and the crowd roars its approval.
Roars, absolutely unbearable. I can hardly hear you over the screams of excitement.
Oh, it's just absolutely buzzing in here. The atmosphere is electrical.
Mayhem, absolute mayhem.
There's people are having sex on the grandstands over there. It's
Oh,
awesome.
in front of everyone.
Yeah.
Like, they don't even have their clothes on. It's unbelievable.
People are just too polite to interrupt them.
I see Kitty Killer there on the track. The jammer for Wollongong Illawarra. As well as Scarlet Slam. And a timeout from our referees.
So the referees get to sit around and tell each other what awesome jobs they're doing.
Pat each other on the back. Talk about how great life is. How much they love being zebras.
They do love it too. I always wondered, just being a zebra doesn't look like much fun, but the more I get involved in the Derby, I think it is actually a hell of a lot of fun.
Maybe it's the most fun. Maybe this whole roller derby thing here is all very deceiving. Maybe the fun is actually in the reffing.
Maybe. If only I had some useful skills, I could become a ref.
You
Instead,
have skills, you have the ability to verbalize. That's a skill. Some people can't do that.
yeah, well, maybe. I still haven't figured out how to say Wollongong Illawarra yet. Oh, I nearly
look
got
at
it
that,
then.
eh?
Scarlet Slam stepping up to the crease for Tweed and Kitty Killer. We only have one more jam to go, probably.
I'm going to say yes. I will say yes, unofficially.
This is going to be the final jam, I reckon. Scarlet Slam has the jump, and she busts clean from the pack. Nice work. So she's our lead jammer. Kitty Killer on the way to the sin bin, so Scarlet Slam gets to show strut her stuff now in the closing jam there. Oh, nice hit there by Evil Britches. And Demandash blocks Scarlet Slam out of bounds, forcing her to yield.
Oh, forcing her to yield way back, way back.
Looks like she copped a penalty for her sins too.
Failure
Maybe.
to reform, I believe it
Right.
was.
Was there a no back call?
There certainly was.
Well, Scarlet Slam completes her first scoring run, putting 5 points up there. Packet slow. Oh.
Was that viciousness? Was she trying to get around viciousness? That's not a thing. That's not a thing you can just do.
You sure can't. She just shut it down. It's like driving a Mini into a bloody Ayers Rock.
Oh my goodness. It's all very rough and tumble at the moment. It's all getting very intense right now.
So Kitty Killer heading either to the sin bin or back to the sin bin.
Back to the sin bin,
For
I
a
believe.
track cut.
Yes, certainly.
And Scarlet Slam.
Getting told to just keep going by Mitch on the sidelines. He's going, keep going, don't stop. Sometimes it feels like you just want to stop, but she's being told not to.
Although Underbelly Morelli's saying, yeah, you can stop.
You can stop right now. Bam. Stop. Jammer time.
But the crowd certainly doesn't want it to end anytime soon. We've only got 12 seconds left in this
Oh,
jam.
my goodness.
Oh, it's been such fun.
It has been
Scarface.
an amazing, amazing game, Honest Dave.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Boom. The 4 whistles blow,
And that
echoing
is
out
it.
across the room. And that right there is our match. We don't have a final score yet, but I don't think we need a mathematician to figure out who won that game. Gee, I thought that Wollongong Illawarra were in real trouble when they lost their star jammer, Veruca Bazooka, at the end of the first half. But damn, did those other jammers step up to the task.
They were definitely in trouble, though, just for a moment. There was those couple of points that had it in between. Tweed Valley even taking the lead at one point, making it an absolute nail-biter of a game. Unfortunately, the defense from the Wollongong girls was just far too strong. The jammers, so amazing. The agility just outweighing that of the Tweed Valley girls.
So much fun watching Viciousness, Underbelly Morelli, and Janice Jobham in particular, just dishing out massive hits. AVO weighed in a few times too. A hell of a lot of fun. Geez, that was a fun game to watch.
It certainly was. Fun game to commentate also. Just waiting on the official score, which is Wollongong Illawarra on 213 points. Tweed Valley Rollers on 145 points.
So
Ladies and gentlemen,
here
what a
come
game.
Wollongong Illawarra now, coming out for their victory lap. The crowd comes out to give them high fives as they skate around. They should be very proud of themselves. They are now in the top 4 teams of Division 2.
Oh!
And they'll be fighting it out in the semis tomorrow. And like I said earlier, whatever you've got on tomorrow, stop it.
Just cancel it.
And
Cancel.
just sit in front of your laptop, have it projected onto the wall, because tomorrow is going to be the best that the Southern Hemisphere Roller Derby community has to offer. The pinnacle of our sport tomorrow, the Great Southern Slam Grand Final Day.
Absolutely amazing stuff. All of Wollongong Illawarra taking a knee to score the high fives from the Tweed Valley Rollers, something I haven't seen before, but it seems very, very lovely and honourable and pleasant.
Except when Orcasmo just dragged a rear end across all their outstretched hands.
Oh, goodness. AVO, having the best time, rocking it, loving it, talking about how much she rocks. And she definitely does. She definitely did a lot out there today.
Yep, that was some just punishing hits that she dished out. They've all gone out to thank the refs as well. I know Tweed Valley Rollers are very... they always make sure they thank the refs and officials after every game.
And, of course, it is definitely a very, very important thing. For where would the sport be without its refs and officials?
It'd just be a vulgar brawl of girls skating around in a circle, just smashing each other.
Oh, disgusting. Sounds appalling. That sounds appalling.
It does sound appalling, and I know I'd be here trackside for it every game.
That's exactly right.
So, there's going to be a photo in front of the scoreboard. I'm certainly going to mess that up.
Oh, we're going to photobomb the absolute crap out of it. Throw our mics up. You should take your jacket off. Oh, my goodness. That's vulgar. You want to talk vulgar? That's going to be vulgar.
Me without my shirt on. That's vulgar. We got to get in this photo. Let's do it.
Oh, we certainly do.
Okay, I know we're being...
I'm going to stand on a chair. I want to make this real.
Yeah.
Yes. Get on your chair. Get on your chair. Get on your chair.
I'm going to break this chair. Yes, I know. Yeah, there we go.
Hey. TGSS 2014 commies in the photo.
You are getting announced direct. It's being streamed live from a photo bomb right now.
Everybody loves a good photo bomb. Everybody.
Oh, yeah.
If you don't love a good photo bomb, there's something seriously wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
I dare you to photo bomb someone's amazing moment
while you're announcing.
And see the disappointment in their face when they see that photo.
Well, speaking of disappointment, day 2 of the Great Southern Slam is done. But on the bright side, tomorrow, grand final day. Like I said, the pinnacle of roller derby in this country, in New Zealand, and to be honest, anywhere south of the equator. The world!
I'm going to say it. I'm going to say the world. And you know what? If you're not watching, I'm just devastated. I'm just devastated. Disappointed, I must say. My heart is breaking.
Hey, Maverick, it's D. We won!
Maverick, it was D. They won.
So that was Janice Jobham there photobombing our announcing.
Oh, you wouldn't call it photobombing. What would you call it?
Mic bombing?
Mic bombing. Oh, that's going to be a thing. You watch that explode with Facebook and social media and Twitter and whatnot.
Scarface, I think we're done.
I think we're done, Honest Dave.
My name's Honest Dave. I've been delighted to announce here with Scarface. We've had an absolute ball. And we will see you tomorrow. This has been day 2 of the Great Southern Slam.
The Division 2 quarterfinals, Wollongong Illawarra versus Tweed Valley Rollers. I'm Scarface Johansson representing Geelong Roller Derby League. And that is all from me.